Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Steve's Random Stuff. Hey, today I am back at beautiful Lake Berryessa. It is Friday, September 23rd, and I am up here doing some pre-fishing for our club tournament tomorrow out here at Buda Creek. That's Buda Creek behind me. Lots changed in the last couple weeks since I was up here 2 weeks ago with my buddy Jerry. Number one is the water temperatures dropped from 77 degrees down to 71, about 71 and a half right now. Launching out of the Hula here, so big drop there. When we were up here 2 weeks ago, we were on the tail end of a big heat wave we had here in California, where temperatures were soaring over 100 degrees, up to 110 degrees. And that day we reached about 90, so it was like the last hot day of that heat wave. Since then, temperatures dropped down a lot, down in the 70s. Overnight lows are dropped. I think we're in a full fall mode right now, and I think you know, with the water temperature dropping 6-7 degrees, those fish should be in that transition mode. So game plan today is just to cover a lot of water and stick with reaction baits, I think, most of the day. I got crankbait, jerkbait, some top water, I got a spy bait, swim bait, I even got a rattle trap tied on, but I may even tie on a fluke later and see how things go. But anyway, stick around. We'll do an on the water update later in the day, let you know how it's going, and then at the end of the day I'll do a full kind of summary of the pre-fishing day. Let you know how things went, and then I'll go over the baits that I'll have tied on for tomorrow. So anyways, that's the update. Lake's pretty good. The lake looks like it's down a little bit since we were here 2 weeks ago, just the way the ramp condition was. So anyways, check back later, and or check back where I'll be on the water here, and go out and see what it looks like. There's like a lot of bait in the water right now on the Garmin. The Ionic batteries are fully charged, so ready to go for 2 days without any problems on that. So anyways, stay tuned. We'll see you on the water. Time for a midday update. Finally caught a keeper. Here it is, little spotted bass, probably about 1.25 pounds. Not very big, but it's a fish. It's about 12 o'clock. Been running the backs of creeks all morning, trying up on the main lake by the big island in some of those pockets. Been trying some of the pockets down here in the narrows, going all the way to the very backs of some of these coves looking for bait. A lot of bait back there, fish jumping, there's bait busting all over the place, but cannot get a bite. Throwing all kinds of stuff, reaction baits, crankbaits, spy bait, throwing one of my spy baits, and not sure what happened here, but it's missing its tail hook. Fell off somewhere in the grass. So yeah, crankbaits, a bunch of little baits, little fish jumping around. Did catch some little 6-8 inchers, you know, seeing them on the live scope. These little schools of fish are just like swarming around, chasing the jerk bait and stuff. But they're all little 6-8 inchers, and just pecking out the baits, biting tails off the worms and stuff. That one I just caught on a Ned Rig. Little split tail. It's hard to see that little split tail. Yeah, I finally got a keeper on a point here just off the main channel, and it's been slow. Not sure what's going on. Thought maybe it'd have more of a reaction bite going on with all the bait in the water with the cooler temperatures, but it's just not happening. So we'll keep at it. Like I said, it's only noon. Got a lot more water to cover, and that's it for now. So the struggle continues, and we'll check back with you later. All right, what's happening, everybody? Hey, off the water. It's I don't know, left for 5 o'clock. I am kicking back here at the Buda Creek campground. See that behind me? Just kind of kicking back here. Got the place to myself. Anyways, just a quick note about the campground. If you do plan on coming up here to camp anytime, they don't allow any fires of any kind, no charcoal grills, propane only. So I didn't know that, but they let me borrow a propane barbecue so I can cook my dinner. That's just a quick note on Puda Creek. Anyways, overall tough day on the water. Caught 2 keepers all day. Caught that one I showed earlier on the shaky head, I think it was, or the Ned Rig, and caught another one later on the good old Hula Grub. Had a couple small bites, some small fish, you know, and one on a crankbait, some chasing a swim bait, but that was it. Another guy, Mike Hill, was up here too, fishing with his friend, and he said they had 5 keepers all day long between the 2 of them. So bite is tough. The fish are not up in the creeks like I thought they were. I mean, I fished to the backs of many creeks, just looking, graphing. I was marking a lot of fish down the 35-foot range in the afternoon. The fish I did catch later in the day was probably down about 25-30 feet. Basically just dead sticking. I'd cast it out, let it sink to the bottom, and then I was fiddling with my Garmin's, and all of a sudden I felt a thunk on the line. So that was kind of by chance, I guess. Anyway, so it's going to be a tough tournament. I don't know, I'm thinking maybe 12 pounds should do it tomorrow. Just getting a limit is going to be a challenge, I think, for everybody. But anyways, let me go over really quick what I got tied on. I just got it finished re-rigging. I got 13 rods here. So I'll just go down the line. And first one is a DT10 crankbait. I did get a couple bites on a crankbait on a square bill up shallow, but those were just little tiny fish. But you never know. Reaction bite may happen tomorrow, may not. You never know. So I'll give that a try. Next one here is the good old Hula Grub. Showed you this last time. Yamamoto Hula Grub, twin tail. Should open these up a little. This is kind of my go-to bait for Berryessa. I mean, I use this thing almost religiously up here. I have this one on a 3/8 ounce head, and then I rigged up a second one with a 1/2 ounce football head. Just a basic setup. Something to get down a little deeper. 2 choices for the Hula Grub. Next is the Ned Rig. This is the one I was throwing today. I caught that fish on, showed you earlier. So might as well stick with that. Caught fish on that one a couple weeks ago as well. One I used this morning is my top water. This is a Vixen. This is an old school Vixen, one I've had for years. It's put a lot of fish in the boat for me, so there was a little ripple on the water this morning, so I went to the bigger bait on the Vixen. The other top water bait I have out here is the popper. Good old Rico popper. This one's all beat up because it's caught a bunch of fish. I've had it for years. Can't go wrong with a Rico. Let me see, next up, shaky head. Going with the Yamamoto Stretch 40 Grub in that watermelon candy color. See if I can't catch some fish on the Grub tomorrow. Next is a drop shot. Dream shot worm in the morning dawn color. I dropped down to a 6-pound test on the drop shot. That seems to get a little more bites out here and fish in open water most of the time, so 6-pound test could be an advantage, you never know. Next, kind of debated about this one. I went with a darter head with a worm, and again, this is 6-pound line, Seagar fluorocarbon on the spinning rod. It's 1/4 ounce head, so it might get down a little deeper. With a 6-pound line, it'll get down there pretty quick. Next up is a Senko Wacky Neko rig in the trout color. I really like the trout color for clear water situations like we got out here. So we'll give that a try. Like I said, most of these are finesse baits. Sticking with the jerk bait. This is the Mega Bass Vision 110 plus 1. You see that? Kind of a trout color. Didn't get anything on the rip bait today, but you never know. Things might change tomorrow. So got to keep that on. Next one is a swim bait. Went to an underspin with a 3.8 Kitech on that. So I might get down a little deeper, 1/4 ounce head. Give that a try. Some of those fish were chasing the swim baits. Maybe the bigger fish will chase a little bit bigger bait. I was only throwing a 3.3 today, and those little fish were ganging up on it. And then this is kind of the wild card, an LV 500, and said a lot of those fish were out there schooling, chasing bait out in the middle. So if we see that happening, maybe I'll throw this out there into those schools, and you never know, I may get lucky. So that's the lineup for tomorrow. Blast off like about 6:30 in the morning. It's gonna be tough, so hopefully we can get a limit. Fishing with old-time club member Carla. Fished with her a bunch over the years. She's a real stick with the drop shot, so hopefully that'll put some fish in the boat for us tomorrow. Right now I'm just gonna kick back, have a cold one, and get ready for tomorrow, and try to figure out where to go. So I've been all over the lake today. Went all the way down the Narrows, down Pleasure Cove Arm, down not quite towards the dam, but down in that direction. Fished around the Big Island, fished up by Pope Creek, fished on the east side. Most of the grass is up on the north end of the lake. You get down on the Narrows, it's a deeper canyon. Not as much grass, steeper walls, but it seems like those fish are still out on the main lake, or at least on the main points. They haven't really moved into the creeks yet. Maybe the water is just not cold enough for them. Warmest I saw today was about 75 water temperature, and I think it started out was about 71. So it's cooling down, but I think once it gets down to the 60s, maybe it'll get back up in the creeks. So anyways, that's the report for today. Check back on the channel for the tournament report on another video that will be upcoming after the tournament tomorrow. And thanks for watching. Catch you all next time. Have a good one.